Good morning, everyone. You all right now should see a slide that says, Good morning, warriors. We are glad you're here. And this is Mike Bitter, and we are going to get started. We have about 5 more minutes before we get started. And let me know if you're having any problems. Let me know down in the chat box, and we'll get them taken care of just as quickly as we can. Again, like I said, we have about 4 or 5 minutes, so if you are a little bit later on, the recording will be sent out to everybody. If you're getting the recording, you probably want to go ahead and fast forward this by about 4 or 5 minutes. So I'll be right back here in just a few minutes. Test, test. Okay, good morning, everyone. We're almost just about straight up 9 o'clock, at least Central Standard Time. So I want to go ahead and get going because we have a lot to cover today, and we have a little time to do it. And this is being recorded, and we will be sending this out to everybody, so everybody's going to get a copy of it. And it should come out with It should come out within probably about 24 or 48 hours. So this is Mike Bitter. I own Affordable Social Media. It's a social media marketing company. We have been in business for about 9 years now, and I'm loving it. Social media marketing is doing great. Social media marketing works. But what happened with me was about 5 or 6 years ago, the Air Force came to me and asked me if I could teach transitioning military people how to market themselves using social media. And that is how marketing yourself through social media was born. We've had a lot of success with it, and that's what I want to share with you today. So, this is me, Mike Bitter, and we already talked about me owning Affordable Social Media. And so, if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me through email. I am also on Facebook, or I am also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and I also do local seminars and webinars. Go to asmomaha.com/calendar for more information about my seminars and webinars. This is what we're going to talk about today. I like charting the course. If you're starting with LinkedIn, if you are just starting, or even with your LinkedIn and you already have things together, what you want to do is you want to kind of plan things, kind of plan what you want to do with your LinkedIn profile and who you want to target. And as I go through the presentation today, you're going to start seeing what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about some things to avoid when using LinkedIn. What does it mean to connect with other professionals and other people? I get that question a lot. What do I do with all these connect requests that people are doing? One of the things I'm going to show you is check and see if you have something in common with that person before you connect with them. Because there are a lot of people on LinkedIn that all they want to do is sell. And so they're constantly trying to sell to you. I'm going to show you how to tap into your LinkedIn network to get a job or to look at jobs, find out what's out there, find out what people are looking for, who's looking at what positions. There's some tips and tricks I'm going to throw in that not a whole lot of people know these tips and tricks, but what it will do is it will get you noticed. And when you're searching for a job, that's what you want to do. We want to get you noticed. We want to get you in front of the right people. And why is it important to build your connections? We'll talk about that also. The first thing that we want to talk about is your social gauge. There is a social gauge that's out there, and whether you're on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, your social gauge is telling people something. For instance, with Facebook, your social gauge is how many people is this person friends with? What kind of information do they share? When we get into LinkedIn, our social gauge is going to start on the left-hand side with just looking. This is if you're looking for a job. If you're not looking for a job, you still want to have everything set up so people find you and find your business or the business that you do. So when you first start out with your LinkedIn and setting up your LinkedIn, pretty much all you're doing is just looking. You're just kind of looking for jobs. You're seeing what's out there. The next position on your social gauge is you want people to look at you. You want them to notice you. You want them to notice that you're there in social media, that you're there on LinkedIn. So you're like raising your hand going, hey, look at me. I'm over here. Whether you're looking for a job or not, you still want people to notice you. You still want people to find you. And ultimately, what we want people to do is say, or what we want your profile to say is hire me. That's what you want people to do when they look at your profile. That's what you want your action to be. You want them to hire you. So we want to get everything set up so you can do that. And I'm going to show you how. First off, let's talk a little bit about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, part of its purpose is to allow other registered users to maintain a list of contact details of people who they have some level of relationship. LinkedIn is a great tool to use if, for instance, you're going to a conference. It's a great way to look up the speakers, to find out what they do. It's a great way to find or to get a picture, to look at the people that you'd like to meet while you're there, or maybe someone you're interested in. LinkedIn gives you that opportunity to do that. Also through LinkedIn, you can invite other people to become a connection. And we want to connect with as many people as we can that fit the profile of the people that we want to connect with. We want to go out and search for those people that we want to connect with. Of course, what I would suggest first off is connecting with people you were closest to, the people in your office, the people that you met. When you're looking for a job, if you go to a job fair, come back to LinkedIn and connect with people that you met at the job fair. That'll show them that you're interested. So these are some of the main purposes and uses. So let's get started. The first thing out of the bag, the most important thing is your profile. You need to build it. You need to build your LinkedIn profile because you want to have a profile that attracts. A profile that attracts people who are looking for you, people who are looking for your skill set. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about you all doing. 5 LinkedIn profile best practices. We're going to go over these first, and then I'm going to walk you through building a LinkedIn profile. Make sure your grammar and spelling is correct. I know that sounds pretty basic when I say that, but you don't know how many people have typos, and I am not Mr. Perfect, and this is probably one of my biggest issues is grammar and spelling. And I had done a presentation one time, and I got to a slide, and someone was like, okay, you have spelling errors or a spelling error in your slide. So I'm just as guilty. Have somebody that checks grammar and spelling, or that is a good grammar and spelling person. Have them take a look at your profile after you've already built it. Also, have someone look at your profile and ask them what it's saying to them. Is it speaking to them or your audience? Because you want to let people, or you want to attract people. You want to send a message to people. And let me see. I think there you go, down at the bottom. You can download this 5 LinkedIn profile best practices. Down at the bottom, just go to mikebitter.com/LI profile. So if you're taking notes, I wanted to go ahead and put that up so you don't have to take notes. You can just download it and print it. You want your, I'm still back to number 2, you want your profile to compel your audience to take some kind of action. And LinkedIn has analytics to tell what kind of action people are taking. In your summary and the experience that's in your LinkedIn profile, use 3 to 5 keywords that people can find you with, your skill sets, at least 3 to 5 keywords, because recruiters are going to be looking for skill sets. And hopefully I'm not too far off. We do have a couple of recruiters today. Tammy is one of them. So Tammy, hopefully I'm not too far off on that, and that is how you search. A lot of recruiters I have run into, that's what they've talked about, and is how they search for people. And not only that, is I know some recruiters who just use LinkedIn to recruit people. Make sure your profile picture is a reflection of what you want to portray to your audience. If you're looking for a high-ranking position, chances are you don't want to be just in a polo. Maybe find out what that position, what people in that type of position wear, and maybe have that as your profile picture. You can never go wrong with suit and tie. If you decide not to wear a tie, you want to look more casual, maybe mid-level or lower level management. If the company allows their management or it's part of their dress code, maybe you can dress down into either a polo or a button-down shirt. But have a profile picture that's a reflection of what you want to portray. Last but not least, make sure everything in your profile is correct. The dates, the locations, your work experience. Make sure that all of those things are correct, because what LinkedIn will do in the background, and by the time I get done today, you're pretty much going to be telling me, Mike, you've only told me that 100 times. LinkedIn uses your profile to connect you with people who are looking for you, looking for your skill set. So when you have your dates, your locations, and your work experiences correct, LinkedIn will go out to people with similar work experiences, similar life experiences, and connect you with them based on your profile information. Okay, once you get all of that together, your internet visibility is going to increase tremendously, and people are going to start finding you based on your LinkedIn profile. So let's take a look at that. If you're in LinkedIn, you go to the very top, right underneath the LinkedIn symbol, the first thing it says is home. And right next to home is profile. That's where we want to go first. The cool thing with LinkedIn is if you have never been in LinkedIn, first thing is get your account started, because what'll happen is if somebody else hasn't already done it, there are other people out there with the same name as yours. I was lucky enough to get Mike Bitter as my profile. There are other Mike Bitters out there, and so you want to get your profile, you want to go into LinkedIn, get your account set up, and grab your name. So once you start building it, you'll go to your home page. The next thing is profile, then networking, my network. Learning is a great thing to look at, and then jobs right after that. So if you start on the left-hand side and do your profile first, and then my network is where you'll start growing your connections, and you just move from the left to the right. Okay, so this is my profile. My profile's already been set up. My picture is there, my name, what my job position is. As you fill out LinkedIn, LinkedIn will fill this out for you. LinkedIn, as you build your profile for the most part is nothing more than your resume. So you could take your resume and use that for your LinkedIn profile. So let's go on down. And as I scrolled straight down, that's all that I did, was I scrolled straight down from on my profile page. to my summary. Your summary is where you sell yourself. Don't forget what we talked about, 3 to 5 keywords. Make sure they're in your summary. I have not really seen a distinction between LinkedIn's search engine, whether they search closer in your summary or they search closer in your experience. But I use my summary. That's where I really try to sell myself. So my 3 to 5 keywords, as you go through here, there's a lot more than 3 to 5 keywords. But what I want you to do is I would rather you make those 3 to 5 keywords work well rather than trying to just put them in. So the first one is social media. Next one, social media marketing strategies. Tactical approaches, directs a team of social media people. And then I go on down and I specifically name Facebook, Twitter, blogs, and YouTube. When I open that up, there are some more keywords that are in there, but you see my point. What I tell people to do is if someone was looking for you or your skill set, what would they use if they went to Google? And that's what you want to put in as your keywords. Now what I've done is I'm going straight down. Let's drop down into my experience, because your experience is just as important as your summary, just as important, if not more important, than your summary. So the first out of the bag, the first shot is that I'm the owner of Affordable Social Media, and then put your dates in. This is your work experience and what you're doing now, the type of work you're doing now. If there is something else you would rather do than what you're doing now, I would put that in your summary, that this is my job experience. This is the type of position that I'm looking for. Then tailor your current job experience as much as you can toward the type of position that you're looking for. If you're not currently looking for a position, be as descriptive as you can in your first experience. So it says that I'm the owner. It talks about what I do, and again, social media marketing throughout. I talk about targeting. I grow social networking followers, and then I go on through, and there's some other things that I use also. So make this your most powerful one. Then I go down to Director of Communications, President and CEO, and affiliate faculty. And you notice that I don't put as much information in these job positions as I did in my summary. The reason is I really don't want people to find me based on me being a Director of Communications or the President and CEO of another company. Although I don't want to show any breaks in work experience, I also want to let people know that this is what I've been doing. When I go down to affiliate faculty at the bottom, I want people to know that I did teach, and I taught at an accredited institution, Clarkson College, because that's about 90% of what I'm doing nowadays is I'm teaching. Okay. Pretty much what I said. LinkedIn, your profile will be successful when you put everything together. Your internet visibility increases tremendously. And so does the number of people who see your profile. LinkedIn profile best practices. I'm not going to go back through this again. I gave you the link, MikeBitter.com/LI profile, LI for LinkedIn profile. We've pretty much gone through everything, and I've showed you how to wrap it into your overall profile. Okay, one of the things that I want you to do today is we're going to talk about connecting next, but once we get done, once I show you how to connect with people, I want you to send a connect request to 2 people today. Request to connect with them, somebody in your office. maybe somebody you go to school with, maybe someone you've done business with within, the last 2 or 3 days. And when you get connect requests, don't accept them until you look at their profile. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute, and then connect with at least 2 to 3 people each week. And it doesn't mean this week you have to connect with 3 and next week 3 people, but over the course of a month, connect with maybe 12 people. And think about the people that you connect are the people that you run into every day, or the people you've done business with, or somebody you've been wanting to connect with. Okay, so let me show you a connect request real quick, and I am going to go live. Sometimes I don't like doing this, but today I am going to. And if you look in the upper right, these are my connect requests. If you noticed, I have 55 pending invitations, and I intentionally do this because I want to take a look at who is trying to connect with me. But before I do this, let's go up and try connecting with somebody. And I'm going to pick a name. Let's say John. Let's not do John Hoytch. Let's do let's go John Wilson. I'm just going to kind of pick a name out of the hat. I picked John Wilson, and let's say I just met John, or I just went through an interview with him. I was at a job fair. I come back, I put in John Wilson, and down we've got several different John Wilsons. There's one who's a business analyst. There's one who's a CEO at Warren Memorial Hospital, commercial services at Abbey Carpet and Floor. But let's look at John Wilson, a president and CEO of Fit Life Brands. So we go in, and initially John Wilson will pop up. If you don't see the John Wilson you're looking for, go to the magnifying glass just to the right of John Wilson, click on the magnifying glass, and all of the John Wilsons will pop up who have a LinkedIn profile, and LinkedIn says there are 6,522 John Wilsons. So if I go back to John Wilson up at the top, I can click on his profile from here, and I can select John Wilson, and I go to his profile, and I can connect with him if I want. But I can also go down and take a look at his profile. He has none. He doesn't have a summary. He doesn't have, the only thing he has for work experience is president and CEO of Fit Life Brands since January of 2009, and national business development for the Coca-Cola Company. Doesn't say a whole lot about John. So this is one of the reasons that what you want to do is make sure that your summary and your profile are filled out, so when people come looking for you, they can find you and they can look and say, yes, this is the person that I'm looking for. And they know right away. Okay, now I'm on John's profile. All I have to do is select connect, and LinkedIn will send them a connect request. That doesn't mean that they're going to connect with you. All it says is they are going to send him a connect request. Now, if I go to the top and I type in John Wilson like I did a minute ago, and I select the magnifying glass, all the John Wilsons open up. I can connect right from this page. I don't have to go to his profile. Just select connect, and it will automatically send him a connect request. If I want to, I would like to say I can send in mail, but you can't unless you have LinkedIn Premium. People ask me all the time, should I buy LinkedIn Premium? Yes, you can if you want to. It's $49.95 a month for LinkedIn Premium. Then you can send in-mails to people. But what I would suggest, what I'm showing you today, everything is free. So what I suggest is you stressing the free LinkedIn first, and then you'll start seeing a potential value in getting LinkedIn Premium. The investment in LinkedIn Premium is about, $49.95 a month is a little under $600 a year. So that's a pretty big investment. So I've showed you how to connect with people. Now let's find out, when somebody wants to connect with me, what do? Upper right corner, I have 55 people with that want to connect with me. So let's go down to pending invitations. What I did was I hovered over that little silhouette of a person with a plus sign just to the left of my picture. Click. When I click on it, what it does is it opens up all my pending. No, it didn't open up all my pending invitations. I'm going to go back to that little silhouette, and I'm going to click on See All. Hopefully you can see that. It says pending invitations 55, and just to the right of that, See All. I'm going to click on it, and we're back to where we were. All it's showing me is the first three: Anjan Kumar, Mark Parker, and Nate Laughlin. But if you look right underneath Mark Parker, it says See More. If I click on See More, all of the other people, it's going to show me another list of people who want to connect with me. I can click on See More again and keep going down, and eventually, well, there we go. LinkedIn showed me almost everybody that wants to connect. So let's go back, and all of these people want to connect with me, but I'm going to grab Asim Ali because he was in a presentation of mine the other day. He's in graphic design. What I can do with Asim is I can click on his name. It takes me to his profile, and I can find out he's self-employed. Previously, Interactive San Diego Startup Week, Education 2016. Here's his summary. There, I probably would not make this all caps. Some of his work and what he's done. He's shown some pictures, and his work experience doesn't really say a whole lot about him. But I know him. He's a graphic designer. It's always good to have a graphic designer. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to accept his invitation from this page because it won't clear it right away off of my pending invitations. So I'm going to go back to my pending invitations, See All, click on See More, and I am going to accept his invitation. And if I want to, that's what I can do with any of these. I can accept people. If you do not want to accept it, just say ignore, and ignore those people. They'll not know that you ignored them. And so that's how you accept people. I go in and take a look at people's profile. That's why I have 55 pending invitations. Now I have 54 pending invitations because I like seeing what who the people are who are wanting to connect with me. So that's how you connect with people. That's how you build your connections. That's one of the ways that you build your connections. And I'm going to back up just a little bit and see, okay, I'm going to go back to home first, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get back. I'm going to click on that in the upper right, the little silhouette, because I wanted to go back to this page where it said pending invitations, but it didn't show all 54. And if you remember, what I did was I went to the silhouette just to the left of my little picture up in the upper right corner. I went to pending invitations and I clicked on see all, and it'll show me more than the first 3. That's how we got where we were. But what LinkedIn will do, if you notice, is LinkedIn says people you may know. Now, if I slide down on this and I look, I can look at people that I may have a connection with that I didn't know. But what happens is, remember what I said about your profile. When you set up your dates, your locations, and your work experience, people are going to, LinkedIn will start trying to connect you with people you may know. And LinkedIn, sometimes it gets a little disconcerting when you see the people that LinkedIn have chosen for you. For instance, Winnie Herbison, I worked with her in Schuyler, Nebraska on an economic development project. So I know her if I want. Well, she's not on LinkedIn. So maybe what's happening is LinkedIn found her in my connections, maybe through my Gmail, maybe through another way, and it's saying, how would you like to connect with her? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add her to my network. I'll click on that, and another person comes up, and as you can see, an invitation was sent to Winnie. I also know Kay Jensen and Mike McKnight. He's a reporter at the local TV station. So now you can see how you can go and grow your connections. Here's a president at Heritage Financial Services. And what I do when I go down and I look at people, some of the things that I look for is, do I want to build a relationship with them, or do I not want to build a relationship? And if I do, I can just connect with them. And LinkedIn just sent Alan an invitation to connect. So that's all you do. That's how you would connect with people. And I suggest you do that. That's how you go in and connect with 2 or 3 people this week. Well, connect with 2 people today. Go out and get connected with people and start building your LinkedIn connections. Okay, now what I want to show you on this is my home page. This is home, and what I want to show you is take a look at what's going on your home page. I made a post, I made an update, which over on the left-hand side, right underneath my name, it says share an update. All I did was make an update. An update is the same thing as making a post on something like Facebook or Twitter, someplace like that. An update is the same thing as a post. So the last update that I made, I had 141 views. So you want to post something every once in a while, maybe something that you read, because what this will do is it brings people to your update. Every update you make, like Paul Morrison's, right underneath that, it brings up his name. And now I think LinkedIn has changed it to where it'll actually bring up, with some posts, it will actually bring up what your job position is. The intent of this and what I'm trying to get across is visibility. You want to put your name and your picture in front of people. One way to do that is through an update. If I look right above that, and what I really want you to get out of what I'm saying is, this is how you, This information is right in front of you on the website or on your LinkedIn account. So the number of views, the number of people that read your update, and the number of people that viewed your profile in the last 3 days, because that's what we want people to do. Okay, they saw your update. Now, hopefully, they're going to click on your name, like down here with Paul Morrison. I'd click on that, and people would go to my profile. So I've had a little over 1 person per day looking at my profile. Just to the right of that is there's LinkedIn gives you 15 ways to keep in touch with people. Justin Luth has a work anniversary, and if I want, I can send him a message, or I can say that I like that. What I can do is, what this will do is this will show LinkedIn that you're staying connected with people. The other thing it'll do is it'll say, hey, Justin, Mike Bitter just saw that you had a work anniversary and he's congratulating you. So what I'm trying to point out is you want to stay active with LinkedIn also. Now what I've done, I'm on my home page and I'm scrolling down. That's all I'm doing, is I'm scrolling straight down. Underneath your profile, underneath people's profiles, you can see what other people have endorsed them for. So the number one thing people have endorsed me for is social media marketing, then social networking, then social media, entrepreneurship, and on down. The top 10 endorsements are at the top. Underneath that, everything that is lower than the top 10, Mike also knows about, and people can see that. If someone is looking for you or at you for a position, they can go down here and see what other people say that are connected to you. Underneath, and again, we're just scrolling straight down, is you can see what groups people are in, and you can also see who they're following. What I'm doing is I'm following some heavy-duty influencers because I want to see what they're doing and what people are saying about them. Okay, now what we've done is we've gone from home, right underneath the LinkedIn icon, to profile, and now we want to see who's viewed your profile. You want to know this. This information is free, guys. You want to know who's viewed your profile because you want to know if you're hitting your target audience. So this is an old one. This is a one that I pulled from August, and it tells me the number of profile views and projected profile views. This tells me that in the last 90 days, I've had 49 profile views. So over the last 90 days, I'm getting a profile view about 1 every other day. Know this number. Because you want to know if you're getting out to people. Are people looking at your profile? If they're not looking at your profile, you need to make a change. Maybe you don't have the right keywords. Maybe you need to add keywords. So you need to get this number first. Know what your profile views are. Then when you make changes to your profile, you can see what happened to the profile views. Did they go up? Did they go down? And if I look over on the right-hand side, I've had 9 profile views. It was between August 22nd and whenever I pulled this report. I have 10 projected for that week, and then there's the actions taken from the previous week, the actions that I did. LinkedIn will also tell you how to get more profile views. Down at the bottom, it says get profile views. LinkedIn wants you to be successful. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to drop straight down because I want to know who's viewing my profile, and I go down, and the If you do not have LinkedIn Premium, you will only see the last 5 people that viewed your profile. So for me, it was Devontae Peterson, Bill Dinsmore, Brian Beans, Becca Kirkhow, and are these the people that I want to connect with? And I'm like, yes, I know Devontae Peterson because I knew him. He is in his spare time, he's a football player. He plays indoor football. Bill Dinsmore, he was the CFO for the Nebraska Medical Center. I definitely want to connect with him. Brian, I know him. We're working on some things. Becca, she helps small business owners ignite their sales. So she is somebody that I want to connect with. And then there is a LinkedIn member who did not want to make their presence known. And then there's 2 other people. All LinkedIn does is shows me their picture because they want me to purchase LinkedIn Premium. They'll give it to me for free for a month, but then they charge me $49.95. The intent of this slide is so you know who is seeing your profile. Are you connecting? Are the right people connecting with you? So this is what you really want to do. It's all about getting the job. The next thing we want to talk about is the jobs section, finding the job opening that suits you, and I want to show you how to have new job openings sent to your inbox. Okay, so I am going to go live to do that, and let's grab this. Let's bring this across real quick. And we talked about the home tab, we talked about profile, we talked about my network, and connecting is what I showed. We haven't gone through my network, but you can kind of do this on your own. It shows, LinkedIn will show you the connections, how to add contacts, people you know, and then LinkedIn has a tool that will help you find alumni, people that you went to college with. It's a great tool to seek people out. And learning, you can take a look at that on your own. That I believe you can get take courses. You get a certain period of time that's free, and then LinkedIn starts charging you for access. It's people who have developed courses for certain careers or certain skill sets. I have heard about people that have wanted a job. They took some of these courses, they learned the position, and they got the position because they actually learned from this learning area. Whoops. Okay, jobs. This is incredible. Okay, the jobs section. If you notice, when I clicked on the job section, down underneath, LinkedIn says, hey, guess what? There are some jobs you may be interested in. Oh my gosh. How about a social media coordinator? How about a social media marketing manager? In Seattle, the social media coordinator is in Denver. How about a full-time internship in New York? How do you think LinkedIn matches me to these jobs? You're right. It's through your profile. If your profile is set up, LinkedIn will even show you jobs that are available. Social media coordinator, maybe I want to go to Denver. How about New York City? I can go to New York City, New York. Here's Madison, Wisconsin, Fort Collins, Colorado. And if you notice underneath, LinkedIn is telling me that I have alumni from my college, that's my college's logo, that work at this place. So what I can do is I can find out who those alumni are. Right here it says, what I did was I clicked on the logo of my school. It takes me to the job. It says 8 alumni worked here at Audience Development Manager. I can find out all about this job. There's the job description. There, LinkedIn has how many applicants. There's all kinds of information about this job. But what I'm saying is I can click on the alumni and I can find out who they were. Which alumni did I go to, did I work with? Some of these people, like Brandon Rigoni, he is not currently working at the company that we just looked at, but he, chances are, has worked there, and he can give me some information about that job position. So let's go back. Going to go all the way back. Social media coordinator, again, like I said, by the time that I get done, you're going to get tired of me saying, okay, it's about setting up my profile. Okay, so I've pretty much beat that to death. Now we're looking for a job. Up at the top, LinkedIn says put in a job title, keywords, or a company name. I'm going to get rid of Tampa, Florida, but I'm going to put in a job title. Let's do something generic. How about, okay, how about project manager? Tammy, I wanted to use you, but I wasn't sure of exactly what, how to phrase it. So let's go with project manager. All I want to be is a project manager, and you see what pops up. IT project manager, senior project manager, construction project manager. Now let's click on find jobs. There are 47,977 project manager jobs in the United States. Think you could probably find one? Here are all the jobs that are available in project management. So I go back up, and if I want to even fine tune that some more, that's the United States. Let's try Los Angeles, California. Let's click on that. Select find jobs. Now all the project manager jobs for Los Angeles, California are going to pop up. So you can fine tune this. You can fine tune it right down to a location if you want to. Over on the right-hand side, left-hand side, I'm sorry, it says create job alert, and LinkedIn says, do you want to get notified as new jobs become available? If you do, select create job alert. It says, Mike, I am going to send you a job alert about project management jobs in Los Angeles, California. How often do you want them? Do I want them daily or weekly? I like daily because I want to know what's happening right now. Do I want an email notification, or do I want an SMS notification? Email is fine with me. Select create alert. LinkedIn says, hey Mike, your job alert for project manager in Los Angeles has been created. Awesome. Now I will get a job alert every day that there's a new project manager job in Los Angeles, California, and it will show me every job that's available. I'm going to keep moving. Let's keep going. We're running out of time. What I do, I go in, look for a job in project management, project manager job. I want to work for the Honest Company in Los Angeles, California. I'll click on that. And maybe right now I don't want to take a look at this job. So what you can do is you can save it. I go through and look for all the project manager jobs that look good, that I like. I go in, I select save. That position is saved, and I can go back and look at it at all of my saved positions. I'm a project manager. That's cool. So are a bazillion other people. And guess what? Look at the right-hand side. These are other positions that people have already looked at. And if you are interested in a position that other people are interested in, maybe there's other positions they're looking at that you ought to take a look at. Here's an assistant project manager. Here's a marketing manager, a coordinator of lifestyle content and brand partnerships. There are all kinds of jobs that other people are looking at that LinkedIn will show you what jobs they're looking for. So keep that in mind. If you want to meet the team, you can see the team. I mean, there's all kinds of information. I need to kind of keep this high level as far as this goes. But what I wanted to show you, where it is, how you set up a job alert, how you set up a job alert, and how to go back or how to save a job so you can go back and take a look at it later. Okay, so that's how you're going to get the job. I showed you how to find the job opening that suits you and how to have those new openings sent to your inbox. You can do that for any job, any position. If you're a recruiter, you can see the competition that's out there and find out what's going on. What I'm showing you is high level. Please go out there and look around. Now I'm going to show you some loose ends. Let's go back. I went back to my home. Well, let's go back to edit profile. Right underneath my profile picture, my name, just to the right, is a block called Contact Info. When you click on that, it opens up the information that is visible to your connections. Right below my picture, I'm going to go back, and you don't see anything below my picture. The contact info below my picture, select that, and it is, you'll see what is visible to other people. There's a phone number. My phone number is not there, but make sure the information that you want people to connect with you, that information is there. So all that was down in the bottom right-hand corner of that top box that has my name and picture. Click on Contact Info. It takes you to this page. And one thing I'm going to go ahead and okay, one thing that I am going to throw out, and I know that we are talking about you finding a job, but there are also people on here who have businesses, and I just want to throw this out real quick because we're coming toward the end, that I do have a Grow Your Business online program, and I'm going to throw that up, and you'll see that here in just a minute on the right-hand side. It is simple steps to grow your business with LinkedIn. Hopefully you can see that on your page. If you're interested, click on Add to Cart, and what you'll actually do is it'll give you a link for more information to that. Okay, so let's keep going here and go on down. Okay, this is really important also, is your vanity URL. If you look, if you're on your home page, go down right below your picture, you'll see a LinkedIn URL. That is the URL to your public profile, what people can see. Sometimes when you go out and look at this URL, it is linkedin.com/in/23608 John plus Wilson.2369, a really long profile URL. You want to change that. So go down where it says linkedin.com, and when you hover over that, you'll see a gear that pops up. Click on that gear, and it will take you to this page. And on the right-hand side, It says your public profile URL. It's at the very top on the right-hand side, just to the right of your picture, and there's a small pencil. Click on this pencil and you can change. There's a block with information that you can change. Grab your name. Get your name so you have that linkedin.com/your name reserved for you. So get that done and select save, and you're done with that. So get your public profile URL, a vanity URL. Now, if you look underneath, these are just some odds and ends. Straight below that, it says customize your public profile. Right below that, there are two selections. One is make my public profile visible to everyone. The other one is make my public profile visible to no one. And if you go below there, you can choose what you want people to see in your public profile. What you're looking at in the upper left side is, this is what I want people to see on my public profile. It's not a whole lot of information. They can see my posts, my summary, my current positions, and my picture. If you are making changes or you don't want people to see your profile for some reason or the other, what you'll do is you'll click on make my profile visible to no one, and then it disappears. Nobody can see your public profile. Whoops. Nobody can see your public profile. Go back in, click on it again, and your public profile pops up. Again, down below, all the information, just share the information you want people to see. All right. One of the things that we also want to do is you also want to share things with people in Share and Update. We talked about that earlier. You'll notice on my update I had 141 views. When I get those views, people see my picture. What I have done with this view is I have gone in and copied a URL. I've copied a web page link and I've posted that in my Share and Update. What LinkedIn did was it went in and it grabbed the top 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. It put the title and it grabbed the picture from that article. What I'm saying is this is a real easy way to share articles with people without having to write them. You can write an article, and LinkedIn gives you that opportunity over on the right. It says write an article, but if you want to share, because I read things on the internet and I constantly want to share them with people. So that's how you would share it and Share an Update. When I click on share, this is what it looks like. Your pretty picture pops up. It has my name, the name of my company. And what I did was, after the information, the picture, and those top lines popped up, I deleted that website link so it looks clean. Now it says 5 free online marketing webinars in one day. Come to one or all of the webinars. People can click on this link and it takes them right to the article. So that is one way to do it, or that is how you make an update in LinkedIn. I would suggest once a week, at a minimum once a week, maybe a couple times a week, post something that you find on the internet. Connections, we've already talked about connections, but if you go to My Network, click on connections, it will show you all of your connections, all the people you're connected with. And let's keep going. Oh, over in the right-hand side, you can get the email address for everybody you're connected with. Select My Networks, click on Connections. Go to the cog over on the far right-hand side. It says Settings, Export LinkedIn Connections over in the Advanced Settings. It will give you everyone who you're connected with, their name, their current business, and their email address, phone number. It gives you information about everybody you're connected with. It is a really slick tool. And then you choose how you want it exported, and you export them. It'll export them to a CSV, which looks exactly like an Excel spreadsheet. And you guys have been great. Let's roll through the do's and don'ts, and then we're going to wrap this baby up. I appreciate you guys being here. If you are a business, feel free, take advantage of my offer. It's a 4-part series on LinkedIn. It is a really deep dive. Well, I'm still putting together a program for marketing yourself with social media. That should be out by the end of the first quarter in 2016. I will let you know about it. Don't, on LinkedIn, send out uninteresting, irrelevant information. You want to come across professional, interesting information about what you do. Don't spend too much time on one subject when you're posting unless you see an interest. If you post something, and remember up at the top, you can see how many people looked at your update. If you see something that catches people's interest, post that type of information, but keep moving until you find what people are interested in. Now, on the flip side of all this, do provide interesting and engaging content. Show your knowledge by posting regularly. Prove that you're the expert by posting information about what you do, the latest trends, what's going to be happening in 2017, or what's going to be happening next year based on what you know about what you do. Get a rhythm for posting and maintain that rhythm. Next steps, review your profile based on the 5 best practices. Get your URL, grab your vanity URL, make sure your contact information is up to date. Compare your profile to the 5 best practices. I said earlier, connect with 2 people you know today, connect with up to 5. It gets fun once you start finding people that you know. Share content through your update, build your reputation. Okay, that is a wrap. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I will answer them. I appreciate everybody being here today. It was great having you. Reach out to me if you would like to. If you want more information, feel free to contact me. I will let you know about upcoming webinars. You take care. This is Mike Bitter, owner and CEO of Affordable Social Media. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.